3. CBI?
And I have served upon the CBI also, my lord. But my only relief, my lord, that I am praying for is as against, my lord, the ECI, the Election Commission of India.
All right, yes.
Now, your ladyship will find, but in fact, a few days back, your ladyship was dealing with a case pertaining to fake birth certificates and death certificates under a particular panchayat in Goshaba. That particular panchayat, upon submission of report before your ladyship, it transpired that around 510 death certificates were fake and 3,558 birth certificates were also fake of this particular panchayat. This is, my lord, and judgment and order dated 14th of July 2025.
Yes. Is it relating to the same panchayat?
This is all, my lord, these are all interlinked. Why, my lord? I'll come to that one after the other, my lord. The design is, my lord, not only to introduce fake voters. I am a whistleblower, my lord, so I am made to suffer. There is an FIR, my lord, which has been, my lord, registered against me. I am not challenging the FIR here. For that, my lord, he has preferred a separate anticipatory bail petition. I am, my lord, seeking for, as a citizen of India, my lord, being constitutionally, my lord, entitled under Article 327, my lord, because, my lord, representation is on the basis of, my lord, adult suffrage. I'm sorry, 326. Elections to the House of People and to the Legislative Assembly of every citizen of every state shall be on the basis of adult suffrage. So, my lord, what is happening is, in these cases, an inferior government officer, he is made, my lord, the scapegoat. Here also, my lord, after, my lord, this particular writ petition, the one I am moving, but I have also gone through, my lord, the live streaming of, my lord, this matter, which was heard by your ladyship, my lord, Kaushalya Rani Charities Trust. But I found, my lord, the state submitted that a particular inferior officer of the panchayat, my lord, he was the person guilty. He has been also arrested, etc. And thereafter, my lord, 510 death certificates and 3558 fake birth certificates were issued online from this particular portal. My lord, I further heard the state submitting that we are filing this report. My lord may not, my lord, may kindly keep the report in sealed cover.
No, but then what is the relief that you are claiming here?
My lord, I am claiming for a court-monitored probe to be conducted by the ECI or by any, my lord, impartial investigating agency as the ECI may deem fit. Because under 324,
investigation of what?
My lord, investigation, now, my lord, kindly takes the averments contained in the writ petition. Kindly takes, my lord, paragraph 4 and onwards. Page 4. Your petitioner states that upon assuming charge in Kagdeep, the petitioner became alarmed at the extensive and systematic irregularities being perpetrated under the guise of electoral roll revision and continuous updation. The petitioner at various instances flagged concerns regarding the inclusion of non-citizens and foreign nationals in the electoral roll through unscrupulous use of Form 6, that is new addition, Form 8, that is modification and migration, Form 7, that is deletion in assembly constituencies such as 130, 131 and 132. Your petitioner states that the modus operandi involves a well-oiled and nefarious network of clerical level officers, contractual operators, data entry operators and outsourced agency personnel working hand in glove with political elements and high-ranking government officials to manipulate voter rolls. The EROs and AEROs, who are mostly busy with their substantive administrative functions, delegate their statutory duties to junior staff and unauthorized operators by merely passing the one-time password credentials, thereby compromising the sanctity of electoral process. Your petitioner states that in particular it has been found and digital footprints can corroborate that certain officials such as the cooperative inspector of Namkhana, election clerk of Namkhana block and other subordinate staff were routinely accessing Euronet by misusing the login credentials and OTPs of the AEROs of other jurisdictions. The disposal of forms belonging to one assembly constituency was being carried out from block officers outside the competent territorial limits.
How
In-
does the petitioner get to know all this
My lord,
information?
I am, my lord, the whistleblower, my lord. I, my lord, will find,
What do you do?
my lord, I am
No.
the assistant system manager
Of
under Kagdeep subdivision, my lord.
Kagdik subdivision, you are working under the state government?
Yes, I am working under, my lord, the AERO, Kagdeep Assembly Constituency, and the Joint Block Development Officer, Kagdeep Block.
All right.
Thereafter, my lord, the petitioner states that despite the petitioner having no statutory access to Aeronet system independently, and any activity requiring the login of an ERO or AERO necessarily needing endorsement and OTP from the concerned ERO, the petitioner was maliciously implicated for inserting his own mobile number into the AERO profile for the purpose of processing 2 electoral forms at the behest of the SDO Kagdeep, who verbally instructed and endorsed such limited activity. Needless to state that the petitioner has been made a scapegoat for raising his protest, and a malafide criminal prosecution has been initiated against the petitioner, culminating in registration of Harwood Point Coastal PS, my lord. I am not, my lord, even touching, my lord, that FIR, my lord. Petitioner states that the petitioner is made the scapegoat to shield a large-scale corruption racket involving numerous officials and agency personnel to manipulate the electoral rolls to include Bangladeshis and Rohingyas. Your petitioner states that on or about 2025, the local MLA raised a complaint regarding inclusion of fake voters. Subsequent meetings and a fabricated complaint by the joint BDO Kagdeep led to an atmosphere of victimization. On 8th March, during a purported inquiry visit by the ADM election, South 24 Parganas, the petitioner was coerced, intimidated, and forced to make a self-incriminating statement under duress in presence of armed guards and senior officers. Your petitioner states that the petitioner's attempt to show digital proof of the real perpetrators behind the illegal inclusions, including the cooperative inspector, election clerks, DEOs, and agency personnel, was deliberately ignored. While a show cause letter was served upon the petitioner, no similar action or inquiry has been taken against the aforesaid officials who are directly responsible. Thereafter, my lord, it speaks about the FIR. And my lord, may kindly take, my lord, yes, para 14, my lord. Para 13 and 14, petitioner states, page 8, my lord, that the infiltrations of the criminal proceedings by the state police is only an attempt to create an eyewash and cover up the entire conspiracy. That Mr. Chatterjee, my lord, will address, my lord, that's pertaining to the anti-bail, my lord. Your petitioner reiterates that such modus operandi is being followed all over the state of West Bengal to manipulate electoral rolls across assembly constituency, and is not only limited to the above mentioned assembly constituency. Thus, there is a requirement to conduct a holistic probe by the ECI, if necessary, by involving the CBI, to unearth the larger crime and conspiracy being committed to influence the electoral process by manipulating the electoral rolls in the state of West Bengal. Now, my lord, this particular design, this started the superior officers coercing, my lord, the inferior, the subordinate officers, my lord, to enter into this compromise. When it transpired before the Honorable High Court for the first time as to what is happening, it is all about generating fake birth certificates, death certificates, domicile certificates. So, my lord, there was a petition moved by a whistleblower again. This is, my lord, an unreported decision, my lord, that I will be relying upon, my lord. Effective Devendra Sheffi, kindly show that. Here the case was that in, my lord, the Central Armed Paramilitary Forces, foreigners, that is, my lord, Bangladeshis and Pakistanis, by, my lord, exploiting the machinery available in this particular state, were getting, my lord, fake domicile certificates. Because West Bengal being a bordering state, the cutoff marks for entry into, my lord, the Central Armed Police Forces is lesser than, my lord, the other states. So, my lord, what transpired is, my lord, the state also said that we will not stand in the way because this is a matter of national security. But the second paragraph onwards, I'll my lord, place. The petitioner appearing in person submits as follows: Petitioner has been coerced and intimidated to join one Mahesh Kumar Chaudhary and one such and such in committing number of crimes in the state. He might have participated to some extent in these crimes at the behest of these two persons. In the process, he came to know about certain facts which amount to no less than a big scam regarding recruitment of personnel in army as well as some other central paramilitary forces by preparing false documents. Even Pakistani nationals got benefited. This prompted the petitioner to approach the respondent authorities with representations for necessary action being taken into his complaints. However, the respondent authorities have not taken sufficient steps in this regard, nor was the petitioner initially granted any police protection. It was only after intervention of the court that some police protection was granted to him. Quite naturally, he feared of his life as he has acted as a whistleblower. Learned such and such, representing the Central Bureau of Investigation, submits as follows. This is no more an adversarial litigation, especially so far as the central and the state agencies are concerned. Pursuant to a direction passed by this court, a preliminary inquiry was conducted into the allegations. As would appear from the report filed by them, no irregularities have yet been found in regarding recruitment in the armed forces. However, as regards employment in the central paramilitary forces, some irregularities have already been detected. During preliminary inquiry, at least 4 such instances have come to light. The state of West Bengal, being a bordering state, provides for less cut-off marks in examinations for employment in central paramilitary forces. This seems to have prompted people from other states, especially from the northern part of the country, to forge documents to show that they were domiciled in the state of West Bengal. Domicile certificates, matriculation certificates, and caste certificates have been forged. It will be a matter of more in-depth investigation whether foreign nationals have also taken recourse to the same modus operandi in applying for jobs in the Indian forces. In one case, the subdivisional officer, this is very important, my lord, who had issued the domicile certificate to one such applicant was approached to check whether it was his signature, which appeared to be so. The subdivisional officer flatly denied. However, it was the same subdivisional officer who had issued an OBC certificate to the same candidates. Therefore, an FIR needs to be registered and the matter properly investigated to find out the true extent and gravity of the allegations level, which could have a national implication. Learned Counsel, on behalf of the Union, adopts my submissions of the then Deputy Solicitor General. Learned Senior Counsel, representing the state, relies on their report and submits as follows. This is clearly not an adversarial litigation. The investigation may involve taking necessary steps be taken in other states, and even information to be obtained from the Interpol if necessary. Therefore, the state has no objection if the CBI investigates into the alleged offences. On this score, my lord, the CBI was directed, my lord, to register an FIR because the sanction has been withdrawn. Now, here I say, my lord, in my understanding, my lord, this design, including, my lord, that Goshaba police station case, my lord, pertaining to the panchayat, which was before your ladyship, my lord. These are all, my lord, arising out of the genus being, my lord, this particular larger conspiracy to include Bangladeshis, Rohingyas, foreigners, my lord, as voters. Now, my lord, what happened, my lord, I also have, my lord, the opportunity of appearing for a YouTuber. Now, he had covered that particular decision, my lord, which was the judgment delivered by your ladyship, my lord, in that cancellation of fake birth certificate case. Now, he had covered it. Just because he had covered it, the police registered a case against him. And he was being hounded. So, he had to also knock the doors of justice, my lord. Now, my lord, there is a direction of, my lord, not to arrest, of, my lord, online interrogation in connection with the 41A notice or the 35(3) notice, my lord. So, this is continuing, and my lord will kindly appreciate. I have seen the stand taken by the state in that matter also, my lord, in that Kaushalla Rani Charity Trust. The state categorically urged your ladyship to keep the report in a sealed cover because there was things, he said, which should be kept in a, which prompted him to submit, the state to submit the report to be kept in a sealed cover. But I say, my lord, in my humble submission, but this design is the same, but it will be seen, the ECI will be in a better position to apprise. But in the state, insofar as the percentage of enhancement in the number of voters is concerned, the enhanced percentage has always voted for only one particular political party. The
All right,
statistics,
just wait. Tell me
Yes,
one thing.
my lord.
Was any representation from your end?
My lord, I'll tell your lordship, my lord, since I have filed this writ petition, because I threatened that I will not cow down the petitioner, that I will not cow down. I still have a spine, unlike many of my colleagues who are very, very frightened or intimidated. My lord, the police started a persecution. Therefore, my lord, he was constrained to file, my lord, a petition for anticipatory bail, despite the fact remaining, my lord, that the sections which have been on which, my lord, the FIR has been registered, these are, my lord, admittedly, my lord, bailable, below 7 years, warranting, my lord, 35(3). But, my lord, going by the mode and manner in which the state machinery, my lord, is functioning or has functioned, the usual practice is issuance of notice under 35(3), asking to appear for interrogation, by then moving the magisterial court for addition of, my lord, graver offences, and thereafter taking the person into custody. So this person, being a whistleblower, but he is being hounded, and, my lord, to be very fair before the honorable court, my lord, he also fears for security of, my lord, pertaining to his life and limb. But all he has done is, my lord, he has made this petition. The petition is with this, my lord, with the ECI also. The ECI should indicate their stand before your ladyship, because I have categorically, my lord, asked for a probe to be monitored by your
All right,
ladyship.
let me hear the ECI once.
My lord.
But insofar as we are concerned, as regards the criminal propensity of action, we are not to the competent authority. But the exercise which is undertaken, which is to be undertaken in the state, the compass of this is, the canvas of that exercise is to find out for fake voters and to prepare a true and correct electoral roll.
You file a report by way of affidavit disclosing what
Yes,
steps
and not
are you
if
taking?
the petitioner so desires, not the writ petition, the allegations are too sketchy,
Yes.
does not identify a particular area, does not mention a
Certain blocks have been mentioned.
if there are certain allegations, he can certainly make a comprehensive representation for us to go into it. But so far as his role is concerned, there are allegations which has prompted us to take a certain action against him.
All right, that is all right. But then page number 4, paragraph number 4, I can see the numbers 130, 131, 132, and the blocks are also there.
Yes, if your
Assembly
lordship
constituencies
kindly have a look.
blocks.
Paragraph 4 at page 4.
Yes.
Upon assuming charge in Kakdeep, the petitioner became alarmed at the extensive and systematic irregularities being perpetrated under the guise of electoral roll revision and continuous updation. No particulars furnished. The petitioner at various instances flagged concerns regarding the inclusion of non-citizens and foreign nationals in electoral roll through unscrupulous use of form number 6, form number 8 and form number 7 in ACAs such as 130, 131 and 132. This exercise will be done through SIR.
Yes. So you all are taking steps.
Yes. As soon as the SIR exercise, we have started inducting the BLOs. As soon as the exercise will be implemented here, this is the exact purpose for conducting SIR.
All right, you take steps, and
if he wants to furnish further details,
Specific report before your ladyship.
let a report come.
Yes.
Now, if he wants to file, that is his choice.
Yes.
The court is neither stopping him nor granting him liberty. He can always do so. So the court is not standing in the way since.
Today, in so far as the role of ECI is concerned,
Right.
we have to uphold the sanctity of an election.
Yes.
And that's the purpose for which that exercise is being undertaken and will be undertaken.
If the ECI wants requires my presence, I am ready and willing always, my lord, to cooperate, my lord. But, my lord, I will be rather grateful, my lord, if the ECI affords me or, my lord, seeks my assistance or information, my lord, in their Delhi office.
But there is not
Delhi
so far as
office, possibly there is no requirement of going immediately. Here it's going on over here.
he had to be suspended because of a role which we.
Yes, I am not going into that. I am not going. I say that I have been
a criminal case pending.
Yes.
Not because of pendency of criminal case. Disciplinary. The disciplinary action has been initiated against him. He has been placed under suspension because of changing the login credentials of an officer.
Yeah, I have said that I have changed.
He has
says that this is
mentioned
under
that.
influence.
Yes, I have.
But that's not for us to decide.
Yes, that the
That I will
proper
deal with.
forum will decide.
That I will deal with.
Some-
I am concerned about the entire state, my lord. It is not only pertaining to this particular assembly constituency. I am concerned about induction of foreign nationals, my lord, and thereby, my lord, completely trampling upon the concept of democracy, my lord. Free and fair election is a mandate to be secured by the ECI under Article 324.
The petitioner
সৌরভকে টাকা বিয়ে হয়তো ওটাতে তো সৌরভের মুখ করার কথা
the petitioner has mentioned he's a government servant. What
Yes.
does this government servant mean? Is
Yes,
the
I'm a
assistant
public servant, my lord. I am
manager,
Hmm.
assistant system manager attached to what?
my lord, I am but it is there. I am presently attached to, my lord will find, kindly take page 22, para 2, assistant system manager Kakdeep, subdivision, South 24 Parganas.
না না ডেজিগনেশনটা কি অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট সিস্টেম
Assistant system manager.
রোল এটা কি
The petitioner claims to be serving as the assistant system manager, Kakdeep subdivision, South 24 Parganas.
presently under suspension.
Stop.
এগুলো কি সার্ভিং নয় প্রত্যেকে যেতে হবে কনসেপ্ট কিসকিরেন এমপ্লয়ি
System manager, in the long he has been involved in the process of revision of the electoral rolls under direction of the Election Commission of India. Stop. A complaint was lodged against him, and he is
Against me and few others.
against him along with others, and he has been placed under suspension. Stop.
তো কমিউনিকেটেড হয়েছে
A criminal proceeding. Now, an FIR was lodged against him, and a criminal proceeding is sub judice. Stop. Paragraph. In the instant writ petition, the petitioner prays for a direction upon the Election Commission of India to conduct a probe into the illegalities of manipulation of electoral rolls in various assembly constituencies in the state of West Bengal. Stop. Allegation is that foreign nationals and Rohingyas are also being included in the electoral roll. Stop. Next.
And prayer G as well, my lord. If necessary, by taking the aid of the CBI.
today not
No,
the
as
week of the election if you have to submit
No.
our records and assist the CBI this will be a
Yes.
catastrophe for us.
If necessary. Lift it to
the
CBI.
the
See the faith on the ECI and learned senior counsel.
the petitioner refers to, give me that order of the panchayat,
But
refers to an order passed by this court On such and such date in WPA number such and such, party number such and such.
না সেলাই করাটা জোসেফকে দিয়ে দিয়েছি বোধহয় না বাট অ্যানাদার কপি
Not another copy. You've not handed over any copy. No.
দিস ইজ দি কপি
Huh. Is a case number WPA and WPO. Wherein
আচ্ছা may I take your ladyship's kind leave?
yes,
The junior is being
yes, yes.
badly grilled in before the division bench, my lord. But Mr. Nag is here, my lord.
All right. अच्छा बाकी बोलना
The petitioner refers to an order passed by this court.
wherein instance was found
করবে
আর কি করবে
of issuance of fake online birth and death certificates under the Pathankali Gram Panchayat. Stop. It has been submitted that fake certificates of birth, death and domicile are being relied upon for the addition, revision modification and migration of the electrodes. Stuff. Next. The prayer has also been made for conducting an investigation by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Stop. Paragraph. Learned advocate representing the Election Commission of India submits that steps have already been taken by the Commission for revision of the electoral roll. Stop. The allegations raised by the petitioner will be looked into. Stop. It has, however, been pointed out that no specific instance of illegality has been pointed out, and the allegations are all omnibus in nature. Stop. Paragraph. As it appears that the Election Commission is already in the process of revision of electoral rules. Accordingly, hearing of the writ petition stands adjourned till 10th September 2025. Stop. A report by way of affidavit shall be placed before this court by the Commission, disclosing the steps taken for revision of the electoral roll. Stop. The allegations made by the petitioner in the writ petition will also be taken into consideration at the time of preparation of the affidavit. Paragraph 9 represents the Central Bureau of Investigation. Stop. Let further notice be issued upon the respondent number 3, communicating the order of the court. Affidavit of service is taken on record.